There is always that one game that hit the spot but could do with a proper makeover. A big-budget sequel to be more specific. In no particular order, here is our list of games that deserve true sequels. And no, mobile doesn't count. Thank you very much. Vindictus. Often referred to as one of the greatest examples of MMO action combat, Vindictus stands proudly among the greats. DevCat did a wonderful job, but a sequel called Mabinogi 2 Arena, with a heavy focus on action and spectator interaction, was announced. However, it was cancelled in 2014. DevCat, on the other hand, is busy with Monster Hunter MMO Dragonhound and other games, while still releasing new content for Vindictus. Let's hope they find the time to work on a sequel. Blade and Soul. Blade and Soul is a tour de force by NCSoft, a wonderful fantasy MMORPG with memorable characters that even spawned a live musical. Yes, we're not even kidding. So it wouldn't be surprising to see a Blade and Soul sequel. What is surprising is to learn that several Blade and Soul games are in the works. Blade and Soul 2, Blade and Soul M, Blade and Soul S, and Blade and Soul Revolution. Shockingly, all of these are for mobile devices. Aion. There's Aion Legions of War and Aion 2 coming. But you can guess what these games have in common. That's right, mobile devices. It's heart-wrenching to find out that another classic PC MMORPG is getting a sequel for an inferior platform. But that's what we PC crazies think, it seems. According to NCSoft, Aion 2 will include features that could never be realized in the PC game. And their vision for Aion is no longer a dream. This prequel will feature large-scale PvP and a new combat system which I'm sure that no PC could ever even dream to handle. That was sarcasm, obviously. Dragon Nest. Along with Vindictus, Dragon Nest was one of the coolest precursors of the action MMORPG genre. What happens when a game is popular? You try to milk it in every way possible, of course. That is how we got to see quite a few Dragon Nest spin-offs, along with a bizarre mobile sequel called Dragon Nest 2 Legend, which was cancelled in a few months. However, there is another sequel in the making. World of Dragon Nest is a PC and mobile cross-platform MMO that looks like a downgrade of the original. The release was planned for summer 2018, but there's a worrying silence and mystery surrounding the game. City of Heroes. City of Heroes was one of the few superhero MMORPGs that managed to cause an uproar when it was cancelled in 2012. A fun game with an incredible community, it came as a shock when these adventures were abruptly cut short, as NCSoft decided to close developer Paragon Studios and cease development. City of Heroes had a large following, but no petition or in-game protest was enough to save it. City of Heroes may have succumbed to a greater nemesis, but its legacy lives on in the shape of spiritual successors. City of Titans is probably the most ambitious. Then we have Valiance Online and Ship of Heroes as well. We may not get a City of Heroes sequel, but the trade-off is very promising. TERA. TERA was released in the West during 2012 and was highly regarded by fans of MMORPGs, especially due to its action combat and big-ass monsters. It still gets frequent updates, although the player base isn't too keen on the focus of the new female classes. It was probably just a phase though. TERA's acclaim led to a few mobile spin-offs, including TERA M and TERA Frontier. However, there is no PC sequel in sight, and developer Bluehole is currently busy with another MMORPG, the steampunk Ascent Infinite Realm. Everquest. Everquest has one official sequel released in 2004 and tons of spin-offs, but it desperately needs a shot in its fantasy arm to reinvigorate the franchise. Sony Online tried to do it with Everquest next, but there was no way of foretelling the chaos that would arise. First, it was a weird decision to split a game in two. Everquest next spawned a little brother called Landmark, the world-building part, with player creations allegedly to be integrated into the main game. Everquest next ended up cancelled, while Landmark limped along, completely abandoned until it was finally put to rest. But don't give up on Everquest yet, okay? There are rumors that Daybreak could be working on Everquest 3, but will it be an MMORPG? Probably an Everquest Royale more likely. Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 needs a sequel, because great games need sequels, and ArenaNet must keep the flame alive. Also, Guild Wars was released in 2005, Guild Wars 2 launched in 2012. And if you do the math, a new chapter is released every 7 years. Coincidence? Probably. ArenaNet is working on their new generation of games, but they are surely a few years away from release. Either way, we don't see the Guild Wars franchise ending with a second game. Indisputably one of the best MMORPGs around, a third game would surely be a hit. RuneScape. Let's be honest here, RuneScape is never ever going to get a sequel, or at least a proper sequel built from the ground up. A true RuneScape sequel would have to be groundbreaking, a game to honor one of the most popular MMORPGs ever made. Apparently, we'll have to settle for an action RPG spin-off that was recently leaked. Hey, we're not complaining. The thought of a game of Path of Exile quality set in the RuneScape world is enough to leave many players giggling with excitement. Drakensang Online. Released in 2011 by once prolific German publisher BigPoint, Drakensang Online was acclaimed for its high-quality graphics that pushed what browser-based games were capable of. It was also available as a client game. Drakensang Online's brand of Diablo gameplay was inspired, despite some controversy over its ruthless free-to-play business model. No matter what, it was still a very decent action RPG that deserved a follow-up. However, this is unlikely to happen, unless BigPoint's new Chinese owner, Yuzu Games, changes its mind. But they're more likely to create a couple more League of Angels games instead. So there it is, 10 hypothetical MMORPGs that would probably rake in a ton of cash. Unless, they absolutely sucked. Do you have any suggestions in mind? You do? Let us know in the comments.